Oshala Lakicharan, better known as Sister Laki, is no ordinary person. She has served the health sector for the last 42 years and has spent countless nights and days in the operating theatre of the GPHC, functioning in many different capacities, from a scrub nurse to a theatre supervisor, as well as mentoring nursing and medical students. Her wealth of experience and high standards made Sister Laki a clear choice for Assistant Director Nursing Services of the hospital in 2001. International Women's Day is an appropriate time to honor and highlight the work of an ordinary Guyanese woman who has made significant contributions to the development of the health sector and enhanced to the lives of thousands of people who crossed her path. The 8th of March, International Women's Day, is a global celebration of the economic, political, and social achievements of women past, present, and future. In some places like China, Russia, Vietnam, and Bulgaria, International Women's Day is a national holiday. International Women's Day has been observed since the early 1900s, a time of great expansion and turbulence in the industrialized world that saw booming population growth and the rise of radical ideologies. The first International Women's Day event was run in 1911. It began with the suffragettes' campaign for women's right to vote. The word suffragette is derived from the word suffrage, meaning the right to vote. International Women's Day honors the work of suffragettes, celebrates women's success, and reminds us of the inequities still to be redressed. With more women in the boardroom, greater equality in legislative rights, and more women serving as impressive role models in every aspect of life, it may seem that women have gained true equality. The unfortunate fact is that women are still not as paid as well as their male counterparts and are underrepresented in business, politics, education, and health. The worst violence and abuse is directed towards women. Yet, great improvements have been made. There are female astronauts and prime ministers. Women are welcomed into university. They can work and have families. Women have real choices. And so the focus of International Women's Day has, over the past few years, moved from being a reminder of the negatives to a celebration of the positives. The status of women in Guyana is significantly better than a few decades ago. According to the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, the Status of Women report card shows that 50% of Guyana's population represents women, of which 61% makes up the total workforce, while 66% serve in the public sector. More women are now graduates from the Cyril Potter College of Education and the University of Guyana. Some are lecturers at the university, or teachers and headmistresses in our schools. And the number of women in Guyana's parliament and government continues to grow. No doubt women in Guyana are making significant strides, and while some of these women may be in the forefront, there are countless women who work behind the scenes and often go unnoticed, but whose work is invaluable to the growth and development of our nation. One such woman is Sister Laki. It's not every day that you encounter a woman like Sister Laki. Many nurses, student nurses, and medical students look up to her not only for her achievements as a woman who in the early days dared to venture into a man's world, but for her continued courage, determination, and will to achieve. She says, "I continue to learn every day, and my biggest achievement to date is that I went to university in my 50s. Age is not a limit. You can work as long as you are healthy."
And I think the health and strength is really my riches. Because without health, you can't do anything.
Sister Laki's career began at the tender age of 20. Born on the 27th of April 1948, she grew up in a village called Helena No. 1 in Mahaica, with 3 brothers and 1 sister. Her father, a tailor by profession, and her mother, a farmer. She attended the Canadian Missionary School and then went on to the Hindu College. She learned first aid at the Red Cross and believes that this ignited her ambition to become a nurse and fulfill her longing to care for people. After applying to be a nurse, she spent 4 long years working as a teacher, waiting for news about her application. On March 15, 1969, she was granted the opportunity that would change her life forever. Despite passing the age of retirement, Sister Laki still continues to set high standards in her work. She rates her job satisfaction as 10 and has no regrets working in Guyana all her life. Love for her homeland and her people has rewarded her in unexplainable ways. She has had many opportunities to live and work overseas, but made the choice to remain and care for her own people. Sister Laki said that one of her greatest joys has been to witness the transformation of the health sector. Working in the health sector in the early days was sometimes difficult, she said, but she managed well. There were many challenges, especially at a time when many things had to be done manually. You had to improvise and use your own initiative on many occasions, she said. She is firm in her position that one of the qualities of a nurse is to be dedicated and really have empathy for your fellow human beings. The commitment and love for her job was the driving force behind the decisions she made to have such a fulfilling career. She recalls having been placed on more than one occasion out of Georgetown, although she lived all her adult life in the Kitty Campbellville area.
As a nurse, you ought to be committed to what you're doing. If you don't like the job, don't do it.
As the mother of 2 children, 1 boy and a girl, Sister Laki recounts her early days in the health sector and how she managed family life and work life.
In those days, you had one night off. One night off, we had a 6 to 2 and a 1 to 9 and 10 to 6. So like that, when you work the night shift, it's 8 hours. You only had a 1 hour break. And that 1 hour break, sometimes you don't have it because of emergency cases that would take you through the night. Our nurses really work hard because there are many nights that you don't get no breaks at all. Emergency after emergency.
Because of her success in life, her family members now consider her a celebrity.
In my family, they consider me a celebrity, and I'm the only one who has have this secondary education, and I really wanted to be a nurse.
A warm and generous person at heart, Sister Laki said that nurses working in the health sector today are blessed to have such advanced technology. She recounts the enormous growth and much easier ways of doing things because of this technology.
From then to now, we have improved immensely. You can't tell me you're a Christian or you're a person who goes to Monday every day, or you go to your mass every day, and when you come to our patients, you don't have that kind heart. Because if you're a person like that, then you ought to have a sympathetic, empathizing heart, where you can go, gotta be compassionate.
Sister Laki's calm demeanor is certainly not taken for granted, as the respect she has gained over the years precedes her.
I know a lot of them look at me as their mentor sometimes. And for women in my field, I still think that they should continue, regardless of how advanced in age they are, they can still continue education-wise. Because I continue higher education in my 50s. I went to university. I went to university in 2005, and I graduated in 2007. So that is an achievement. That is a real achievement, and I feel that it doesn't matter. Even when you're young and you didn't get to do it, as you grow older, I think you can do it.
On the occasion of International Women's Day, Sister Laki has one general message for all women in Guyana.
Get down to the business of being independent. It doesn't matter from where you come from, but what you want to achieve in life.
The Ministry of Health thanks Sister Laki for her selfless dedication and unwavering commitment to the people of Guyana and for being an inspiration to women of all ages. As we celebrate another year of the achievements of women globally, we encourage you to make a difference by doing your part to ensure that the future for girls and women is a bright one with equal opportunities and that it is safe and rewarding. Make every day International Women's Day.